Possibly the biggest waiver wire period of the season starts now. So make sure you go out there and make the claims. I'm going to give you some players that can help you win this week. You might be in a position where you need to win this week to get into playoffs. So I'm going to give you some guys that you can add, plug in, that give you a good chance. Also, if you are in the playoffs, these are some steps that you should take to help your team do better, be in a better position in the playoffs. First, if you like this content, please like and subscribe. Also, if you have any questions, whether to add this person, drop this person, whatever the case may be, ask it in the comments below. We'll answer any questions you have. We're not ESPN, NFL Fantasy Football. We'll answer your questions. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. So the first one here is going to be Deebo Samuel. Now, maybe he's not available in your league. He's rostered in 57%, should be way higher. One of the better wide receivers in the NFL, honestly, when he is healthy. A very young player, but extremely talented. So he is the top ad this week if he's available in your leagues. The next one here is going to be Devante Booker. Now, obviously, this is if Josh Jacobs doesn't play, which there's a decent chance he doesn't play this week. So if Devante Booker gets the starting role, I know some people might be hesitant because the Las Vegas Raiders looked terrible last week. They looked pathetic. That was also against a pretty good run defense in Atlanta, though. A very good run defense. Now they play the Jets, who are just pretty much terrible all over the place. So I know some people might be hesitant because of that, and also because of Brian Hill last week. He was a dud, and a lot of people, especially like myself, were kind of high on him. This week, though, this is Devante Booker. He will see majority of the snaps if Josh Jacobs does not play. He's a must-add if Josh Jacobs can't go this week. Next one, Cam Akers. Cam Akers gives you a lot of value season-long as well, in my opinion. I think he's the best running back in this backfield. Going forward, might be able to have the chance to be the guy. So he's a top priority ad. I put him higher priority than Booker if Jacobs doesn't play. And if you want somebody season long, then Cam Akers is the person. Next one here is going to be Corey Davis. I think Corey Davis season long also has some decent value, has some good matchups upcoming, rostered in only 55% of leagues. So somebody that you can plug and play this week in a very good matchup in Cleveland, who's down some secondary players. So he's good season long and this week as well. Next one is going to be Sammy Watkins. Sammy Watkins just plays on the best offense in the NFL. I won't even say probably the best offense in the NFL. Basically, their number, I'd say 3 there because you got Tyreek and Kelsey. Then he's the next guy. So he's somebody who sees some work. Obviously, isn't going to be like having crazy games each week, but is somebody who's going to be decently consistent throughout the season. Somebody if you want to add just to put him on your bench for the playoff run, go ahead. The next one here is going to be Frank Gore. Frank Gore this week. I don't really like him season long because he has some really tough matchups coming up, but this week, if you need somebody in like your running back 2 spot, he's an okay ad for me this week. He plays the Las Vegas Raiders. They're okay against the ground. They do have the 4th most, they're giving up the 4th most fantasy points to running back position this year, largely due to a lot of touchdowns they've given up on the ground. So hopefully he gets in, but I think he's going to see plenty of opportunity to keep him viable for like a running back 3 this week. The next one here is going to be Jamal Williams. Now there's going to be a couple guys here that I have. These guys are basically your high quality handcuffs that if you're in a good spot, you're going to make the playoffs. Maybe, yeah, it'd be nice if you could win this week, but if you don't, chances are really good that you're going to make the playoffs. Maybe you already have a seed locked up. If you have, say, like a Corey Davis, somebody that I mentioned earlier, you don't play him each week. I would cut him and add these handcuffs because these handcuffs, if, say, Aaron Jones gets hurt, Jamal Williams is an RB1 each week that Aaron Jones misses. So these guys are going to be your top, like, see majority of the work. So these are your must-have handcuffs, in my opinion. Caitlyn Bellage as well. I mean, Caitlyn Bellage was running back number 7 when he had his opportunity there for the Chargers. So say something happens to Agholor again. Caitlyn Bellage is somebody that I think you need to store on your bench if you're in a good spot. Once again, if you're in a good spot and you just have like Corey Davis, cut him, add these high premium handcuffs. to your bench for the playoff run. The next one here is going to be Nelson Agholor. Now, I know some people are going to be a little hesitant because the Raiders absolutely suck last week, but I do think Nelson Agholor is in a good spot again against the Jets, who the Jets basically have like nobody out there at the cornerback position. So I think he's an okay play this week if you need somebody, say, in the flex spot or the wide receiver position. If you need to win this week, I do think he's an okay ad. The next one here is going to be Alan Lazard, rostered in 39% of leagues. Somebody who is a decent flex play as well this week if you need a flex play. Somebody that, in the other case, if you're good for playoffs, somebody I would cut definitely for like one of those premium handcuff players. But if you need somebody to throw in your flex spot this week, if you need to win, then I do think he's an okay ad this week as well. The next one here is going to be Bashar Parryman. Now these are more of your deeper finds. If you're in a deeper league, say a 12-person league, and waivers is not looking pretty good right now, and you need somebody to play this week, I do think he's an okay play as well. Plays the Raiders. Past 3 games have been pretty good. I think Sam Darnold gives us the passing offense a little bit more of a boost than Joe Flacco does. So I think he's an okay ad. They should probably lose in this game. Should be a competitive game, so should definitely be involved in it. So I would add Breshad Perryman. The next one here is going to be Darnell Mooney. Darnell Mooney saw 9 targets last week with Mitch. Mitch is going to start this week. Right now, Detroit has no cornerbacks right now. I don't know if Coutee is going to play, but I know that Desmond Trufant is on IR, so definitely not going to play. So Coutee might not play, and also Jeffrey Okudah has not been very good at all this season. So it really doesn't matter if he plays or not. But Darnell Mooney at least is seeing some targets. If you're looking down here and a little desperate, I've mentioned him plenty of times. He's somebody who, hey, he has the chance to get you the 15 points, or he's going to get you 6 points, 7 points. Not too bad if you're just looking for a desperation flex play that's on the waivers. Next one is going to be Keke Coutee. He's going to have an opportunity. He's definitely going to have an opportunity with Will Fuller now gone. Has a very tough matchup. He's been in this opportunity before, has produced some games. I wouldn't go crazy for him like some people kind of are. Yeah, he could be a pretty solid ad the rest of the way, but at the same time, temper your expectations. Just somebody that he's at least going to have an opportunity there with no Cobb, no Fuller, basically Cooks and him. I think the tight ends get a little bit of a boost as well. Akins, Fells maybe, but Keke Coutee, somebody that if you're really, really desperate. And the next is going to be quarterbacks to stream this week. Kirk Cousins at the top of the list. Somebody that might be available, maybe he's not. There will be other guys on the list that should definitely be available, but if he's available, plays Jacksonville this week. Jacksonville is terrible defensively. Across the board, on the ground, in the air, doesn't matter. Has 2 good wide receivers now, very good wide receivers. So somebody who has been produced in the past couple of weeks. Top streaming option. Next one is going to be Ryan Fitzpatrick. If he starts this week, I have no idea. Brian Flores said he's going to name the starter later this week. So does that mean it's now back to Tua and Ryan Fitzpatrick? Like who started? I have no idea. Don't know what the situation. Brian Flores, you're stupid for doing this. Created a massive headache. But Ryan Fitzpatrick makes this offense much better. Should have been the starter the whole season until he had one of those Ryan Fitzpatrick implode games. Whatever, different conversation. But a very good play this week against Cincinnati. Next one is going to be Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers against Houston. Houston's defense not very good. Yes, they're a little bit better against the pass, but that's also because they're terrible, god-awful against the ground. So, Phillip Rivers in conversation for streaming quarterback. Now let's get down to some that should be available. Mitchell Trubisky. Now, hey, I didn't say this is going to be great, but he should be available in your leagues. Plays Detroit. Detroit possibly without Jeffrey Okudah. Definitely out Trufant. So out cornerbacks. Has a chance, has the, kind of upside with his legs as well. So Mitchell Trubisky. And the last one, really ugly, definitely should be available in your leagues. Sam Darnold plays against the Raiders. Raiders not very good defensively. Hey, it's somebody that if you're absolutely desperate and need somebody to play, he should definitely be available in your leagues. And it's desperation, okay? This is the time of the year where you get a little desperate. Maybe you don't want to finish last because you get a punishment. So this is somebody, hey, maybe he doesn't help you finish last. And now let's go to tight ends. Kyle Rudolph. If Irv Smith is out, I do think Kyle Rudolph is a solid play this week as well. Next, Tyler Eifert. Hey, it's ugly. Tight end's ugly. It's just about scoring touchdowns. He has a chance to score a touchdown this week. Plays Minnesota there. So he has a chance. Scored a touchdown last week. Don't feel great about it. Next one, Trey Burton. Same thing. Like, you're just relying on a touchdown. Trey Burton, hey, maybe he scores a touchdown. That's all I can say here. Just giving you some options. And the last one, Jordan Akins. Now, I will say, they're going to need some pass catchers here. You got Brandon Cooks, Keke, Coutee. They dropped Kenny Stills, so they're kind of like in this tough situation now. You have Jordan Akins, Fells. I think I would want Jordan Akins. Did drop 2 touchdown passes on Thanksgiving. 2 touchdown passes, okay? So it would have been a very good game if he would have caught those, but hey, it is what it is. This is what you just hope. You hope for a touchdown at the tight end position outside of basically Travis Kelce. And that does it. If you have any questions, ask in the comments below. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. We'll be live 10:30, 1 o'clock on Sunday. Tune in, ask any questions you have. We'll help you out. Thank you for watching, and good luck this week.